The national chairman of the Social Democratic Party, Alh Gabam, said his party has confidence in the judiciary as the last hope of the common man, stressing that human nature being what it is, a section of aggrieved people could cry foul in the event that justice is not dispensed in their favor as a miscarriage of justice in a particular ruling. Gabam added that the court verdict could lead to anarchy due to the sensitivity of Kano State in the political space.
Because they connect nerves, very sensitive nerves. Now, in the entire country, there was no state that people came out en masse to cast vote, over 1 million votes, the highest vote recorded during this last election. And of course, they went through the process of election. INEC, as constituted by law, to conduct the election, to declare the winner of the election, did that. They declared the winner and gave him the certificate of return. Of course, there was the tribunal cases, the case that came up, to which the tribunal deducted some votes, out of the votes that were declared by INEC. Now, the fundamental issue here is simple. If you know the geopolitical interest in Nigeria, if you look at in northern Nigeria, if we tampered with the processes of election in Kano, if we tampered with the one in Lagos, if we tamper with the one in Port Harcourt, is an invitation to anarchy in Nigeria. Absolute anarchy. In 1983,
you urged President Tinubu to encourage opposition parties to win and retain states won during election.
So, I think the president needs to be very decisive. The situation is very fragile. Nigeria is extremely very fragile. There's anger everywhere. There's frustration. There's hunger that can trigger anarchy. So no governor should be allowed to exercise an imperialist behavior without being cautioned. And no security agents should be allowed to use his office and malhandle citizens to trigger crisis everywhere. We are dealing with enormous kidnapping, enormous disruption of our farming or agricultural sector, enormous cultism all over the place, lack of employment all over the place, and then the political stability is too fragile for anybody to feel comfortable right now. So I think the president needs to be extremely careful how he handles some of this.
On the off-season elections coming up in Bayelsa, Kogi and Imo states, Alh Gabam called on President Tinubu as the Commander-in-Chief of the Armed Forces to trust the Inspector General of Police as well as heads of other security agencies to ensure a violence-free election in those states.
The president needs to act decisively, needs to instruct IG decisively, need to instruct the service chief decisively. We must safeguard, we must protect this democracy. What happened in Rivers is bad, is terrible, is uncalled for. And there must be action, there must be decisive action. Nobody is above the law. No individual is above the law. If the president allowed individuals to exercise this kind of excessive behavior, and these individuals are associated to him, the president cannot take himself out of it. Because this...
Gabam said while his party does not take sides in a matter that largely affects other political parties, his focus, however, is to build a consensus and enduring political culture in the country. In Abuja, Mariam Zakari, Liberty News.